Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Fallout Shelter. How y'all doing? Hey, we got some folks out in the wasteland to do some quests, and we're gonna go do them. So let's go beat reporting, shall we? Visit the offices of the Weekly Exposition, and you thought your job was bad. Hey, speaking of, this is gonna be a shorty one. Let's see if there's anything happening in our first room before I start talking. Yes, there's going to be a lady, a librarian. Hello, welcome to the Weekly Exposition. I'll be with you in a moment. Let me just finish hanging this lampshade here. Haha, that's a trope. Lampshade. I'm the editor of the newspaper. How can I help you? One of your reporters discovered the pestilence is a glowing red scorpion. Excellent news, thanks. If you want to keep helping, just go on and talk to my people. The feeling that that's not going to go well. Anyways, speaking of a job and everything else, the drought is over-ish. I shall explain. But let me take you back, way back, to a year ago this week. Which will be next week, but the time I'm recording this was a year ago. Hi, I read about Hungry. We have multiple golden undercover ghouls in the field with them. Do you know Famine is an ancient glowing one with an insatiable appetite? Hungry Horde just follows him around and Thrallbay is radioactive. Yeah, okay. He's been around long enough to be a legend to the children and veterans alike. So a year ago, I was sitting on my couch. I had shoulder surgery. Hell, all right. Oh, we've already done this, all right? Yeah, okay. What does war want? So I had shoulder surgery to fix my broken wing, Mister. And while I was sitting on my shoulder after having surgery and I was working from home, the unfortunate news came through from my boss that I was losing my job. My job was being eliminated. My position was being eliminated. The job wasn't even going to be there when I was gone. It was gone. And I joked about it at first, and it was nice enough that they gave me through to August to complete doing the work, and that I was had time to build up some savings, and they were going to give me my my severance after the end, but I had to look for a job, and I had a few interviews during that time, nothing of which actually panned out. A lot of times, nothing big happened. Hi, I'm just the intern. I work for listen, Three Dogs breaking news. Oh yeah, settlement caught between pests and the hungry. Someone needs to help them. Oh, settlement needs our help. Wrong. Anyways, wow, yeah. But anyways, before we go on, I just wanted to say, hey, I had that happen to me through the end of August, and I was still working, but looking for a job, and then nothing panned out, and then I was done, and then I was done. I no longer had a job, and that was the beginning of a year-long so far, issue of trials and tribulations of not having a job. But we visited the offices and we talked to the editor, and we did all that, and we're coming back because why not? We got a pet carrier, though. And we're bringing it all back. Excuse me. And, yeah, we're going to just bring him in, because I got to get him back out there. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-boo. Yeah. We got to get rid of one thing here. What can we get rid of? We're going to get rid of this. Because that's shitty. Is what that is. Collect! We've got 7 out of the 8 quests that we need to do to get through this objective. And the mysterious strangers hiding out in the creepy-ass elevator. Got him. We're gonna go do the last quest for that as we talk. I kind of got. It was too quick. It happened too quick. It was also fast. I wasn't prepared for it. We didn't have anybody to fight, nobody to run from. It just all happened, and now we're back in, and we're gonna go in, and we're gonna go. And how long is it going to be for them? We don't know. But there's a mole rat attack, which we gotta take care of. Well, that'll happen. Hey, we can talk while that's going on, because we have to. So there I was. I thought maybe it'd just be a chance for me to have some time off, take a couple of weeks, take 3 or 4 weeks, get some rest in relaxation. I had just gone through shoulder surgery 3 months before. I was still kind of weak. I had to go through physical therapy. I had this weird looking skeet, shooting device in my basement. It was for me to work my arm on. Like I looked like Ivan Drago without the muscles, doing the muscle thing with his arm. But you know, it was nice that I got to sleep in for once. You know, I didn't get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to a job 35 miles away through 2 tunnels on the other side of Pittsburgh. I could just relax. And the unfortunate part is that the borough that I live in decided that they had to fix the sewage line, which meant they were digging up my driveway, which meant they dropped all of their crap on my lawn. A porta-john, an excavator, the trailer for the excavator, all of their chairs and everything was on my lawn. And it's 6 o'clock in the morning. They're out there dropping this shit off in August. And I was like, are you flipping kidding me? So I didn't get to sleep in. They woke me up. I was mad. I got over it. I took the time to relax, and I went out and walked a few times a week, got some exercise in, wanted to keep sharp, and I kept looking for a job, and I had some more leads. I had some more bites, but nothing very, very, big and helpful. The way that all works is usually you get a phone call from a recruiter. Ow, I banged my elbow off the table. But I you get a phone call from a recruiter. Hey, I work for so-and-so, and they think, I have a job here that you might be excellent for. Do you have a few minutes to talk to me? And you would talk to them for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and they get a sense of whether or not they wanted to, call you, have you call the the hiring manager for the job. And we're going to do this, aren't we? Yep, we're going to do it. Actually, you know what? First, before we do that, let's open up our pet. Let's open up our pet. There we go. Might as well. Why don't we open up our pet? See what we got. A little kitty! You got a little kitty. Oh, he's so cute! Scottish Fold. He's Scottish. 12% XP. Okay. Now we're going to do this. Screw it. Let's do it. But, at the time, I would talk to the hiring manager and they would say, oh, I'm going to have the other person call you. So he did. What are we doing? We're searching the settlement for pests and hungry. And hungry and pest. Boots and pants and boots and pants. But, then the hiring manager would call you and you'd have a little 35, 40-minute discussion maybe if you were good. Weapons free, folks. Fire at the... Whoa, hold on. Oh, we're here to help. Okay. 3 dogs warning. Yeah, okay. But we would sit and talk for half an hour. I'd explain what I did in my previous job and... we'd have a discussion, and you're like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then, usually like, okay, well, we'll get back to the recruiter and see what happens. Now, that's step 2. If you get the recruiter to call you, that's step 1. Step 2 is the hiring manager calling you and talking to you. Step 3 is then the recruiter gets back to you and tells you whether or not they want to bring you in for a face-to-face. If you're lucky. Sometimes you get another phone call, depending on what job you're applying for. But then, sometimes I would get, a no thank you letter soon after I had that call. Sometimes I wouldn't hear anything forever until I said something, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't care, we don't care." So I would, back to square one, back to the drawing board, whatever. So that happened primarily a lot, and I was under the impression like, hey, look, I got a pretty nice severance, 7 weeks plus some money for Cobra if I wanted to, for insurance, and I figured that for 7 weeks I could. Kind of like, get through this little drought. I would be okay. Well, 7 weeks from August, the end of August, was into Halloween time, and nothing had happened. And I kept myself busy by doing a couple other shows, and, doing other stuff, and soon it became the holidays, and then we were like, okay, well, this sucks. Soon I ran out of, my severance after 7 weeks. And I had to, apply for unemployment, which, I paid into for how many years I've worked since I had a, damn it, I couldn't get there fast enough. I had a job with paper route when I was 12, and, that went all the way up through high school. And then in college, I worked for a few places in college, the scene shop in Coastal Carolina. I worked in the box office for Credit. In Pittsburgh. I worked at Idlewild during the summers, and I worked at Cedar Point for the other 2 summers of college. And I had a job mostly, and I paid into unemployment that whole time. God, I finally got it. So, I don't feel bad about taking unemployment because I paid into that. That was partially, part of me. You pay into unemployment out of your paycheck. I didn't want to have to get assistance. I wouldn't have to do any of that. Don't shoot. I'm too hungry to fight. It's unbearable. A nice Nuka-Cola. Quit fast me out. There's nothing I can talk about. What's your thirst? That's exactly it. So be hungry, silly me. So, I was okay. But the unfortunate part was I wish we give it back to him. Can we go back to him? Hey, do you want this back? You want your... no, he's not... He can no longer talk to us. So, the unemployment is only a fraction of what you get in your normal paycheck. And they take out for anything else. And you have other things that, can constitute why you don't get enough. Because I have shirt money. Because I had a severance. I didn't qualify for, an amount. So I got about half of what I was getting out of my paycheck. And, that was fine. But, every so often when you get to the first of the month and you've got, mortgage payments and I owe for child support, because I did owe for child support. I wasn't going to stop. I was going to shirk my responsibilities and not do what I had to do. And you got a car payment. I got a house stuff that has to happen and all my utilities and everything else, and credit card or whatever else. You got to do that. Yay! You got to take care of your responsibilities. So I did, and I didn't shirk those. And I, the beginning of the month, sometimes I would be a little bit short for stuff. So I had to dip into my. I had a credit union from when I was a kid. Come on. Oh gosh. Wow, I didn't do not good at all on that one. The credit union I didn't want to have to dip to is reserve. I still have a 401k. I still have, I had my home equity line of credit that I was using for the roof on the house and soon to be my driveway, because they, when they dug up my driveway, they said, hey, your driveway's screwed. So, of course, not only do I not have a job and I don't have really a big source of income, but now I got to pay out, so many thousands of dollars to have them dig up my driveway, fix the pipe. And, that's happening. It's going to be happening soon. And then in January, I Martin Luther King Day week, I'm sitting on my couch, and I smell this smell. What it smells like metal. What is that? It was my furnace. My furnace blew up. The capacitor on the furnace, the fan wasn't turning because it was all rusted out the whole hell. And I had to pay nearly $7,000-8,000 to get them to get a new furnace, and I got a new air conditioner. You get them you get them as a thing, as a package. You get a deal when you buy them both together. So I did. But I was paying out you're looking at close to $20,000 that has to go out for the driveway and everything else, and the furnace and the thing, and I don't have that. So what do? You got to dip into these reserves, and it's getting to the point now, and I ran out of my hello. Okay, to be continued. Haha. Yes, be continued. We know this. We've done it before. We did it last year. So yeah, I mean, I only had so many weeks because what I actually took from the unemployment each week, I only got so many weeks, and I had to go through till August again to get more unemployment. So I was dipping into those pools. I was dipping into the things to pay for stuff. So I was in a rut. I was facing down the problem of I was draining reserves that I didn't want to. And we'll tell you more about that after we do this. Yes, we want to come back. We got a lunchbox. We got a ninja outfit. Hell, we got survivor armor and a Nuka-Cola Quantum. Woohoo! All right. Let's bring him back in. Just bring him back in. Scooby-Doo, boo-ba-doo, boo-ba. We got to get rid of all this stuff. We can't have it. Can't be having it. It's got to go away. We can't have it. Ooh, yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. We don't need this stuff. Who cares? We'll keep that one for... We'll get rid of some other stuff instead. We don't need this. Who cares? We got a lot of... We got stuff. What the hell? What do we have here that's so... crimping our style here? My goodness. We're just blowing shit out of here because we have nothing we do. I don't want to get rid of any of the good stuff because we're going to get it, we're going to be heading there. We're going to be getting there, and we're going to need it, and we won't have it, and then I'll be bitching. So, you know, I'm not going to. Okay. 8. We did the 8. We did the 8. Huzzah! And we got 8 out of the 10 perfect critical hits. We need 2 more. 2 more. And we got to kill 52 creatures in the wasteland, and we still got to stop another 11 incidents, and we still have to perform 2 critical hits. So we're going to do some more quests, and we're going to do 1 more today, I believe. How are our peeps? They hurt at all? We should definitely heal you up. Yeah, there we go. Good. And what should we start? What should we do? What should we do? What should we do next? Parlay? Oh, we can go right into it. Might as well. The horseman, we're right into it. There you go. Have at it, folks. And we'll start the quest. Take that into account. And there's a raider attack! There's a raider attack! Get a raider attack, damn it. Oh, stupid raiders. Oh my goodness. How you ladies doing? Let's do it. Do it to it. Oh my. How's everybody else doing? We're all doing fine? Everybody's doing fine. We're all doing fine. So, you know, no prospects on the horizon. And then a couple of weeks ago, I think maybe about a month ago, I told you I had an interview for a position nearby. That was, you know, it wasn't what I was doing before, but it was different. It was kind of like the idea, the same type of work, but with different, you know, it's like, oh, you're used to working in clays, now you're going to work in, like, you know, blocks. You know, I used to build everything with clay, now I build it with blocks. That's the idea. So, oh boy, listen, everybody getting killed, everybody's dead. All right, we got everybody. My goodness, you are not doing too good. And you, lady, you're not doing too good either. Alright, we get it. We did it, though. 19 incidents. We need to do those. You know? And, ooh, Drag Racer. I don't know that one. That's a new one. Wow, that's a new one. I don't know that one. Yeah. So, how long is it out there? 3. Oh, and guess who's here? We'll let them come in and do their thing. We're going to talk a little bit before we do that. So, you know what? Screw you. We don't care. I just don't care. Nuka-Cola Quantums, I mean, Bottle and Cappy, who cares? I could get more Nuka-Cola Quantums if I might. There was a possibility of getting one. You never know. And talk to war. Good God, y'all. So yeah, I did have an interview, and you know, a week went by, I didn't hear anything. So I contacted the hiring manager, who I talked to the recruiter, and. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I talked to the recruiter, then I talked to the hiring manager, and then I had an interview with 3 people there, and then I went back and talked to the recruiter again, and I said, hey, what's going on? Are we going to do this? What's up? I mean, I didn't say that, but I just you know, asked if there was been any discussion yet, or there's any decision yet. And she's like, I'll let you know. And then it was thanks, but no thanks. I'm like, so, you know. Back to square one, of course, and I'm sitting here facing down this idea that I'm going to be, you know, burning through a lot of my credit union, you know, my savings, to keep the house going and everything else, and it's getting dire. And I went back and I looked for more jobs, and there was more jobs that I would have liked to have done, but it was with a company that has never hired me before, would never. I've had plenty of phone interviews with recruiters. I've had plenty of phone interviews with hiring managers. I've had one years ago sit-down interview for a job totally different than what I'm doing now. They just won't hire me, and I won't say who they are, but I would say that, you know, probably never consider hiring me. That's you know, that was the way I felt. I even proclaimed the company that probably never consider me will never hire me. Just not going to happen. And Megan would say, I don't know why you keep applying to them. They're never going to hire you. I'm like, I know, but I mean, if I don't apply to a job that's out there, I deserve to not get any job that, you know, that could have been mine if I had applied. So it's like, you know, you have to keep doing it no matter what. You got to keep trying. Got to keep trying. You just can't rest on whatever nonsense and no laurels that you have. You just have to do it. So I applied, and you know, I got a call from the recruiter. Like, oh, you know, can you talk for a few minutes? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I talked to her, and then, you know, had about 15-minute conversation with her, and everything was going great. And she's like, well, I'm going to talk to the hiring manager and see if they want to bring, have you have a call with him. I'm like, okay. So I, waited a day or two, and then they go, hey, they want to have a phone call with you. I'm like, oh, well, come on, we can do this. Come on. Oh my God, I screwed it up. Jesus. But the hiring manager wanted to talk to me, so I had a half an hour phone call one day. Talk to the guy, and very good call. And I usually do have pretty decent calls with hiring managers. Never been, that bad. But it's like I get the sense that this is usually where it ends. This is where it happens. It's like, okay, we'll hear from you, and he says, well, I'm going to get back to the recruiter and see about bringing you in for a face-to-face. And I'm like, oh, great, awesome. And the thing is, I've been down that path before. I've had that conversation before. I've had the guy sit there and tell me on the phone, we will talk to the recruiter about getting you in for a face-to-face, and then I never hear from them. Never again. They're gone forever. And then all I get is an email saying, oh, thanks, but no thanks. 2 days later, I get an email from the recruiter. Damn it. I can't get that. Damn it! Oh, come on! We're going to keep doing this, aren't we? So I had a email from the recruiter. Hey, let's have you in for a face-to-face. I'm like, oh, what? Seriously? It's going to happen? I'm like, okay, fine. So I had to, go in. Now, face-to-face interviews. I have a suit. I had a suit for when we did Minor Demons. I have a suit for just having a suit. I had a suit for that interview that I didn't get the job for, what I talked about last month. But, it's humid outside. It's like 80-some degrees. It's almost June. And I had, to go downtown. And I don't like to go downtown and park, for one thing. But, I will if the need calls for it. So I, get in my car and I go downtown, making my way downtown. Anyways, I get down there, and you don't want to be too early for an interview. Usually 20 minutes, 15 minutes tops early. So I get there about an hour early. I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? And I get in there, like, there's no place to sit down. There's just a, there's a security desk, and there's just people. And it's like, I need a place, I need to do. I said, hey, I'm here to check in. I don't want to don't tell them I have, I'm here already. Just, I wanted to check in early and, see if there's a place where I can just hang out for a little bit. They're like, oh, yeah, go next door. Next door happened to be the old corporate building for the people I used to work for. I was like, okay, this is going to be awkward. And there's a Starbucks in the lobby, but, I really had to go to the bathroom. I really had to go to the bathroom. Yes! But, it's a Starbucks, and they were like, no, not unless you're buying a latte, can you use the bathroom? I'm like, oh. I walked past, and they have a security code, like a push button thing on the door. I'm like, are you kidding me? I got to buy a latte, and they give you the code, I guess. So, I left there, and I kind of like hoofed it outside, and it was really hot. I'm starting to sweat, man. I'm starting to sweat in the suit. I'm really not liking this idea. I'm, everything's cooking in my pants here. So, about 20 till, I'm like, all right, I got to do this. I got to bust the seal at 20 till. Hey, can I go up and talk to them? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Boom. Yeah. So they come down and talk to me, and he brings me upstairs, and I'm like, please don't look at my neck, because I'm probably sweating. Oh, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. Damn, we got to get a new Call Quantum. Yay. We got a new Call Quantum out of the deal. So I get upstairs, and I sit down, and I have somebody on the phone, and, the hiring manager, another manager, and 2 employees to talk to me. And we sat and we talked for about half an hour, and I did it at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it was either 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So first of all, I could have made a huge mistake by saying 11 o'clock because, it's close to lunch. Nobody wants to do an interview at 11 o'clock. They want to go eat lunch. It's that close. It's lunchtime, So, well, yeah, okay. Uh-huh, sure. Okay. So, I figure, ooh, what's this? I am War, Horseman of the Apocalypse, and you are puny. Wow, I propose an alliance until the other horsemen are defeated. I need you to find death. His cultist attack, 672, start there. Cough, I'm sorry. Sorry, keep your but keep your worshippers away from the settlers. Okay, don't take ours. Oh, I'm sorry. No problem. Yeah, we'll do that. So, I wanted to not have a whole hour. I didn't want them to miss lunch. I wanted to make a good impression. I wanted to be quick about it. I didn't want them to miss out on lunch because they might sway their decision. You never know. You never know. So I ended they did all their thing. They asked me if I had some questions. I asked some questions, and then I booked it out of there. Get in my car, drive home, and like, oh, how did it go? I'm like, I didn't get it, of course, because I never get it. These people will never hire me. So and I got home, and I customarily like to send a letter, a thank you letter, thanking them for talking to me. So I, Mrs. Recruiter, I said, hey, could you pass along this thank you to them? And she's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. I'm like, okay, and this will be the last I hear of it. I'll probably hear within a day or two that, I don't want to talk to me. And I'm going to just have to be back to square one. And speaking of square one, let's go home. Cut it from here. Yay! We're going to let them play it in because there's only half an hour, and this is the last quest we're doing today, and we're going to pick up the next time. We're going to just, put the little coda on this, the story. Because when they get back, we'll do part 2, and I'll send them out offline. But anyway, so this was, what was it, this Tuesday this week, this will be next week when you watch it, but the Tuesday from the week before when you're watching this, I, got done with my interview, and then that night we had Bailey's orientation for middle school, which is, from one to the other. There we go. Yeah, got to kick it out there, man. Got to get all the incidents done. So I wake up in the morning on Wednesday, and like I said, being unemployed as long as I have been, you start to lose track of what day is which. The holiday, the weekends and the weekdays don't matter. The only difference is I have Bailey. That's the only difference I notice between the weekends and the weekdays is whether or not Bailey's here. So I got up and I get this phone call and it's the recruiter and I'm like, holy shit, why is she calling me? And I said, hey, yeah, what's up? She's like, can you do me a favor? I'm like, what? She's like, can you go onto the website and update your profile? It's out of date. It's like you don't have like an up-to-date profile after so long. It kicks it out and says you need to update it or they can't proceed with anything. I'm like, great. So, they can't send me my email that says I'm not going to get the job. Really? You want me to do that? And I'm like, no, you're not allowed. You can't. No, you can't. If you can't tell me I don't have the job, I didn't lose the job yet. All right. So she's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I was like, oh, she's like, but then she ended the call with this. Once you do that, I'll give you a call back with some news. And the news is, here comes Buttle and Cappy. So anyways, I get offline, I go do the thing, and I update my profile. And she calls me back. She's like, okay, well, now that you've done that, here's some good news. They want to offer you the job. I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? I didn't say that out loud. In my head, I said that. I didn't say that out loud. I'm like, yeah, I could say with the job, But, I was flabbergasted. The people, probably never consider me, just made me a liar, which is probably by design. Probably by design that they would never hire me, and then I make it a proclamation, you will never hire me, and then they hire me. That's right, Cappy. They hired me. So, the drought is over-ish, because I had to go and do the nitty-gritty of, had to go take a drug test. Go pee in a cup. Go pee in a cup and go give my fingerprints. Now, you have to understand something. Last time I had my fingerprints taken was probably like 30 years ago. 30, no, actually longer than that. I would have been like probably 5 or 6, 7, 8 at that point. It was right after the abduction of Adam Walsh. My name, Adam was the show was Adam. You ever go into a Walmart? I've talked about this before. Code Adam that you see on the walls of the entrance of a Walmart is because of Adam Walsh. His father was John Walsh, America's Most Wanted. His son was kidnapped and abducted and killed. I'm going to let you fight it out. I'm going to let you fight it out because it gets us something. So there you go. Yeah. How bad are you? Are you? Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just shake it off. So that was probably about the time they started fingerprinting all us kids when we were in school, so that if we were ever abducted, they found we could somebody found us somewhere and they took our fingerprints. We could say, oh hey, that's little Mongo. He belongs here. You don't belong with this jackass who stole me. I'm spiraling out of it. But anyways, what I'm saying is that that was, and they put the ink on you, and you put your thumb down, and then your finger, then your other finger, then your pinky, and all that other stuff. Now they put you on this little thing, and they digitally take your fingerprints, which is interesting. And then I had to pee in a cup. Now I woke up this morning, and this was the day after I got the good news, and I officially accepted the position. And I went and had to do that, and I got up this morning, I had 2 cups of coffee and a bottle of water, and I'm like, I had gone to the bathroom like 14 times before I left, because I had an hour drive. I wasn't going to, pee myself in the car, and I didn't want to wreck or anything like that. And I figured once I get there, I'll be fine. I've already peed 14 times today. I'm going to have to go a 15th time. That's just saying. I'm just saying it's going to happen. So, so I get there, and I'm like, I got anxiety. Now, the funny thing of this is the last time I had to take a drug test for a job, which was almost 20 years ago, 2001, I had gotten the job. I didn't know how to take a drug test. I had gotten the job. I'd come home from work that day, and I got a call from, my soon-to-be ex-mother-in-law, soon-to-be mother-in-law, who then became my, but she passed away before then, but, she said, you need to go get a drug test. I'm like, I just walked in the door and I peed. She's like, well, it doesn't matter. You're going to go do this now. I'm like, oh, okay. Because she worked in benefits. She was a benefits analyst for the company I worked for, that I got hired for. So I had to go across the street, cross to like a quick draw or whatever, and pee in a cup. And I'm like, okay. I just went to the bathroom. And they're like, okay, well, here you go. Go in the bathroom and do it. And I'm like, all right. So I went in and I'm like, I don't have to go. I'm like sitting there like, okay, let's come on. Having a little conversation with myself. You can do this. This is fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. We can do this. And then you hear, are you okay in there? Hello? I'm like, I'm fine. You're going to make a crawl back inside. Like, I can't do this with you watching. So, long story short, I did it and got the job. But, 20 years later, now I'm doing this again. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure I can do this. So, I did all that. And then I went and watched Deadpool as a reward to myself. I went and paid $6 to go watch Deadpool 2. So that was my week. Almost a year to the day from the time of when I found out I wasn't going to have a job anymore. I got hired by somebody that I said would publicly said who would never hire me. That's right. That's right. So, that isn't it how it always is? It's just the way it works, I guess. Hey. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this one. We're going to... Because I have 4 of them. Keep them around for just that purpose. So yeah. So and the thing is I start in June. So I don't know what's going to happen. That's just to kind of give you a heads up. I told you this long-ass story to tell you that I may or may not be able to keep up with the recording schedule because I'm going to be starting a new job. And I'm going to be, I don't know how well I can keep up with things. I'm going to try. I'm going to definitely try. Get rid of it. I'm definitely going to try to keep posting and keep playing and do all that because I do have now the expectation is there because I have a patron. The expectations of putting out content once a week is there, so I got to keep up with it. And I'll try. But, maybe we'll do some other fun stuff. Because it's going to get to the point. Look at this. We got 985,000 caps. We're almost to 999,000. We've got 34 dwellers. As soon as I hit that 999,000 part, and these jackasses, get their shit together. I mean, look at what we got here. Look at the level as we're here. We got the lowest person right now is at 11. That's Peter Harper. Peter, get your shit together and let's go. All right, come on. What the hell are you doing? Kyle is 17. You're 11. What the flipping heck? And you've got all your specials. What the heck is going on here? Everybody's looking pretty good. Look at all these specials we got here. They're all doing. We're going to do that. Once we get everybody up to speed, and, here's the thing. 43 and 44. Elder Lines and James Smith are ready to pop over to the next level. Once they get to 50, I'm going to rotate them out, and they're going to have 3 new people go out there and do missions for us. And we're going to just keep people. And I might just take some time off to do that, to level people up and get that all done. Grind a little bit offline, so that I can get everybody ready, so that we can open up. We're going to have 50 damn lunchboxes to open up. I can see it happening. Oh boy, what's going on here, dude? What's going on? Talk to me, folks. Talk to me, Goose. What's happening? What's happening? Where's everybody at? We gotta get out of here. So, yeah. Oh, I missed the damn thing. Oh, living hell. Alright, so yeah. So that, next time you talk to me, June 11th. Now, here's the funny thing is, Bailey has, she's having surgery on the 18th to have radenoids taken out. And I was like, shit, I gotta be there for that. I'm gonna be hired, and they're going to say, oh, you want to talk a day off already? You just started. And I was like, when do you want me to start then, or do you want me to start the day after? Here's the thing. How are we going to do this? So we'll find out. Stay tuned. But for now, thanks for watching. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed us playing. And then, if you want to get the video out a day early, please, by all means, become a patron. For only $1, you can see Fallout Shelter on Tuesdays instead of Wednesdays ahead of time, before everybody else does. You can be in the Cool Kids Club. Yeah. We all hang out at the Honeycomb Hideout, It's all fun. But that's all we got for tonight. I want to thank you all for watching, and I appreciate all the love and support you give me here at the Angry Cast, and you have a good night. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.